Not mince words. Plus, from boos to blowout, the Knicks bounce back with the biggest win in franchise history. But does Perk think they've turned over a new leaf? And NBA Rivals Week rolls on with some huge matchups tonight. We'll get you primed with live reports from Dallas and LA before tip. All that and more on NBA Today. All right, welcome in, everybody. I'm MJ Acosta-Ruiz in for Malika Andrews, joined by, look at this all-stars cast, Brian Windhorst, Shanae Bumake, and NBA champ.
You damn right I did. Repeat, especially what the Thunder did last night.
It's new to me.
Hope you had dry cleaning.
I like it. Now, listen, the last time Giannis and the Bucks played at home, they got booed by their fans. It didn't get any easier with the Thunder in town, of course. As we take a look there. A battle between the reigning MVPs, SGA, and two-time former MVP, Giannis. What's he doing here? Some trouble, Perk.
Oh, they got on his heels like a pair of church socks, and it started with Luke Dortz. You love that, Whitney? Luke Dortz, offense, defense, and they did exactly what they were supposed to do. Made him play in the crowd. Look at Casey Wallace over there, low to touch, and then all of a sudden Luke Dortz in the fight, making it hard for him to catch, showing multiple bodies, making Giannis give up the rock. They ended with a great defensive rebound.
Big time stuff. Now, while Giannis struggled, SGA, he was thriving. Shanae?
Yeah, this man has seen every type of coverage, especially outside of the paint. Look at him get downhill. There are two people. That's a late double team. It doesn't matter. He's going to get to a spot. You like the little lean in to get the finish there. SGA is just so crafty. Watch this again. This is a blitz. He moves around it. Typically, he can pass but navigate. But when you have a look like that and help side defender like Giannis Antetokounmpo, it's wild. He still has a beautiful touch to knock it down.
Ooh, period.
Oh, man.
Just a little.
And he's still cooking. Do you see this? Like the little mini hezzy? Come on. It's elite. How do you guard that? Three people in the vicinity?
That's how you break ankles.
That's not fair. That's disrespectful right there. Disrespect in the best way.
And yet we love to see it, don't we? SGA missed just 3 shots on his way to 40 points, going 16 for 19 from
Bobby thought it was more than disrespect. He thought it was a foul, just for the record.
But no, but look at him. He's cooking. A spin move?
Yeah.
Period.
I mean, that's not easy.
Sick.
Not easy.
Yeah, that's the final. OKC by 20 last night, 122 to 102. SGA missed just 3 shots on his way to 40 points, going 16 for 19 from the field. Surprisingly, all 3 misses were layups. That also marks 115 straight 20-point games for Shea Butter, as Perk says, the second longest streak in NBA history, trailing only Wilt. As for the Bucks, here's Giannis after the game.
I don't understand. Maybe because we're young, maybe because we're not playing well, maybe because guys think it's their turn. And, they want to carry the team on their back and try to turn this around. But I really don't get it. I really don't. I have coaches, people that talk to me, and they told me this thing that's called the white swan and the black swan, and you got to be the black swan and be more aggressive, demand the ball. And again, it's something that I haven't done. I've never done my whole career. So maybe I got to do it more.
From basketball to a little bit of ballet, okay? I'm going to stick with basketball real quick. Let's break down this black swan versus white swan moment that we had, because it truly is an age-old tale of ruthless ambition versus really just playing by the rules. And a swan is honestly a perfect metaphor for the Bucks right now. They have this beautiful, elegant, you hear the music, centerpiece in Giannis Antetokounmpo. But before the surface level, below that, those legs are moving and fighting for their lives. And I'll show you why. Because the last 4 games, there's been an interesting trend. Not forward, but backward, actually. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 25, 21, 21, 19. His numbers and his shots are actually going less and less. That's strange. Now, I want to talk about the first play of the game, because I feel like they should be better than that. This is where you set the tone offensively. Giannis does some dummy action to get a mismatch, or at least a double team comes. Lou Dort, he's good in single coverage, but you have to show more bodies. They do exactly that. I'm not mad at them not passing the ball right here, because this is the best historically the last 2 years defense in the NBA. Kyle Kuzma, 30% three-point shooter. It feels like you're a little impatient. Let's try to get Giannis back in the paint. These are the questions that the Bucks really have, because it's like, how does this offense work? The last thing you want is your star to feel like a little bit, he's feeling a little bit behind. He's feeling delayed. He's feeling a little denied. And I think we heard those comments in the post game.
I was wondering if he actually had seen the movie or had gone to the ballet, but you know what? The metaphor still works. And thank you for that breakdown.
Laughing about Swan Lake playing over your analysis.
It was perfect.
Shout out to the producers for that.
It's for the dramatics. We're here for the plot. But what are you seeing from Giannis right now?
You know, in all honesty, it's very hard to break down this game because the Thunder are so good defensively. I can't even really blame the Bucks, and frankly, the Thunder don't care about any of the other Bucks, and that's just what's happening in the NBA. The Thunder are better than anybody, basically. Maybe the Pistons up there, but when they come into a team comes into a game plan, they don't care about anybody but Giannis. They're not afraid of anybody. They'll just let anybody else shoot. We're going to double team him. Of course, his shots are coming down. They're sending their whole teams defensively at him, and that's really what this is about. This is about the Bucks team just not being good enough. I don't want to be offensive, but they're just not good enough. They're not a good enough team, and when Giannis steps off the court, way down. And last night they had a couple of injuries. No Miles Turner, no Kevin Porter Jr. Like, they were playing Pete Nance, and Pete Nance was working his backside off. Pete Nance is playing 30 minutes off the bench. They're starting Kyle Kuzma at center. Guys, this is elementary. Giannis is not going to be able to be successful in this situation.
I could feel the negative energy through the television last night, right? And I had Malika text Doris Burke while we were on set to ask her what was the energy like, and she said it was dead in there, right? And you could see it. You could see it in the body language just in Giannis Antetokounmpo. And the team is deflating at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if Doc Rivers canceled practice today. Because after those comments, back-to-back comments, how are you walking into that locker room? Everyone is uneasy. Everyone is uncomfortable. The dap-ups ain't the real homie type dap-ups. The dap-up is kind of like, what's up, man? I'm looking for the Popeye type things. And so with that being said, I mean, again, it is time. It is really time. We saw it on Giannis's face. Yes, Oklahoma defense they are like that. We get it. We get it. Night in and night out, we're witnessing one of the best defensive teams that we've ever seen. We understand, but we also witnessing one of the most dominant players.
Thank you.
And we know that Giannis Antetokounmpo don't back down from no challenge. Even when he's going against a tough defense, he's still walking out there.
Don't you think he's asking without asking, these comments that he keeps making game after game? Isn't he just asking without asking?
He is.
But I feel like what's understood need not be explained, both off the floor but also on the floor. If he's saying, oh, they're saying I need to demand the ball. What? Like, how are we at that point where we know Giannis deserves the ball every possession? So, to me, I do.
What would you do?
What would I do?
If you're Giannis.
Keep hooping. Be a professional. Like he said, I'm an employee showing up.
I'm going to tell you, you know what? I'm going to say the quiet thing out loud.
Please.
Here's the reason that Giannis is so afraid to ask for a trade publicly. Because he's going to look like a hypocrite. See, Giannis is the same person that's on record that, talk about the rest of the peers around the league when it comes to teaming up with other guys, when it comes to loyalty. But Giannis, me, Perk, I don't care if you give a damn about my opinion or not, but here's my advice to you. Go ahead and ask for it, bro. No one is going to look at you any type of way.
But hasn't he already done that?
When?
He's put the tea leaves out there.
What tea leaves?
The ones that said maybe he'd be with the Knicks. We've been talking about this all season long.
No, you got to say it with your chest.
But why does he need to say he has told his
I think the Bucks are kind of calling his bluff. The Bucks don't want to trade him. Okay. They want to try to make this work. They want more time, and they're calling his bluff that he's not going to do it. That's what I think is happening.
He only has so much restraint.
There's only one circumstance. Like, you trade Giannis, you're taking steps backward. It's going to be hard. So, of course, you want to keep it.
That's what everybody thinks should happen. But
all right, you mentioned the Knicks, Shanae, and that's exactly where we're going next because they got booed at home in their last game. Jalen Brunson said, yeah, I would be booing us too. New York trying to avoid a fifth straight loss facing the Brooklyn Nets. Oh, boy. Look, Jalen Brunson and the Knicks needed a big win, but remember, this is on their mind. One thing New York fans are going to do is let you know how they feel. Let's jump to Wednesday. 3 minutes left in the first. Brunson, let's just go coast to coast.
I like this. Yep. I like this because you take it personally. You say, as a team, we've got to be better, and then you back it up on the floor.
Yeah, and look at him now.
Look at you.
Set it up his mans.
He's moving.
Come on, corner three. Shaman, 18 points off the bench.
You're happy to have him back.
That's a fact. Second quarter now. Look at this. Prepping OG here, Perk. Beautifully done.
Yeah.
Big slam.
Transition.
You seem Underwhelmed. But I get it. We'll get to that in a second. Third quarter now.
Does that get you up a little
Look
bit?
at Kat, my Dominican brethren. No?
They
Nope.
said more post-ups. He's getting
He's in there.
Brunson had some great passes.
He did. And the Knicks, a massive blowout, 120 to 66 is crazy work. The Knicks bounced back in a big way, beating the Nets by 54 points and getting their largest win in team history. Prior to Wednesday, the Knicks had never won a game by more than 48 points. All right, Perk, let's get it off your chest here. Did the Knicks show any signs of change for you?
Well, as the governor of New York, I speak for all New Yorkers and the entire Knicks fan base that we don't give a damn. We don't give a damn. We don't care that they beat the Nets. Look, the Nets right now at this point of the season are taking more calls than 911 right now because of trades and stuff like that. They wasn't even at the game. Like, I want to see something against somebody that means something. Right? I want to.
Saturday, they play. They have to go down to Philly on Saturday. It's on ABC.
Okay.
Barkley, you're getting activated. Get ready. Let's go. Let's go. And the Knicks better get activated, too. That's when you can see where they're at.
Okay.
But it's not what you do, it's how you do it. So the fact that they had an all-time record type of win with 54 points, to me, it shows that they are locked in and dialed in and not taking these things for granted. They have to build up this confidence. They have to remind themselves who they are.
Well, they had to win this game, but
No question.
But Philly has owned them for the last couple of years. So let's see what happens on Saturday in Philly.
See, y'all the type of people, y'all can't go to the buffet with me. Because all
want to eat everything?
Nah, because all three of y'all just go order a salad. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not ordering.
I don't just
From a buffet? We're not going to the buffet.
I don't just
Mark,
need.
you don't order things from the buffet.
I'm just saying, y'all go just get a salad. But what I'm saying is, I don't need an appetizer, okay? I need the whole entree. I need to see a bigger sample size. Like Wendy just said, they heading down to Philly. Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Paul George, Joel Embiid, they gonna be waiting on them. That's what I want to see. Okay. And I've especially got my eyes on Carl Anthony Towns. That's the guy. Stop the pouting, stop the moping. You know what I'm saying? And man the hell up. That's what I'm talking about.
I like a call out. Let's go. No coursing out for you. Bring it all to the table. I love that. Okay, it's time for our big three top plays of the night. And we're starting in the college ranks. At number 3, what a night. I know, right? Elijah Arenas. Arenas made his long-awaited debut at USC. Pops. Gilbert Arenas in the building, of course.
Representing.
Arenas with an incredible, look at this.
Oh.
Drop.
Woo!
Oh,
Not the 360.
Okay.
Oh. So
Period.
clean.
His dad couldn't do that.
Okay, the 5-star recruit putting us all on notice, by the way. At number 2, we got John Morant. Morant went crazy. 2 huge blocks last night against the Hawks. Look at this. Oh, not up in here.
Vintage Ja.
Not today.
I think his athleticism is still there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, seems that way. Look at that. Over Daniels.
Oh,
One
my
more
God.
time. He's 6'2", by the way.
Or you know.
I know.
Yeah. Anybody got frames? You're going to need it for the number 1 play. Daquan Jeffries from the G League. Stockton Kings. Come on.
Let me see something.
Taking on the 7-footer.
Oh.
The gather.
Oh, that gave me Dr. J vibe.
That's what I'm saying. That's some old
Ball
school
out.
right
Everybody
there.
ended up
That
on the
young
floor.
fella. Might
Frame it.
get you a
Literally threw
call
it
up.
in. He
Frame
was-
it, my friend. All right, still to come on Muse with the Splash Brothers Showdown. What is there, but is there someone else who will be stealing a little bit of the spotlight tonight in Dallas? Plus, this class of rookies have dazzled the association. So we asked our panel who they'd rank number 1, and the answer might not be who you think. Plus, Cade Cunningham's Pistons have sped their way to a top spot out east. But is there enough time for other teams in the East to catch up?
They better hurry up.
That's next on NBA Today. We had an action-packed night around the association, so let's go coast to coast. And first up, we head to Memphis. John Morant led the Grizzlies with 23 points and 12 assists, but it wasn't enough to hold off Jalen Johnson and the Hawks. Perk. Do you like what you see from him?
I do. Uh-oh. We got an engaged John Morant. I don't know what happened on their trip overseas, but it seemed like some type of chemistry or coming to Jesus meet. Whatever happened. Back-to-back 20-point double-double games for John Morant. doing it on both ends of the floor. The energy is there. The life is there. I see you, young.
What happened? He got put on the trade market. That's what happened.
No, listen, stamps on your passport will change things.
That's
Moving to Beantown, where Jaylen Brown scored 30 points, grabbed 10 rebounds, and added 5 assists to lead the Celtics over the Pacers. Shanae, how much MVP consideration should he be getting? Perk, relax.
Why are you staring me down, Kevin
right
Perkins, right now? He should be getting a heavy amount of MVP consideration, especially for how he has led. A lot of people thought this team would take a step back, but they're actually taking a step forward in some ways, being up there in the standings. Jaylen Brown is exactly who he thinks he is. 29 points per game, leadership, maturity, advancement of his game.
Best two-way player in the game.
Earned it.
He now has 24 30-point games this season, by the way. Shifting to Charlotte, Spider Mitchell. You know he's Panamanian? He scored 24 points while Evan Mobley added 14 points and 14 boards as the Cavs stung the Hornets last night. Wendy, what stood out to you about this win?
Well, without Darius Garland, they went to Donovan Mitchell as their starting point guard, which I'm not sure they want to do long term, but they won with a super big lineup. Their 25th different lineup they've started this year, most in the league, and that size, I think, helped them defensively, at least in the first half. Second half, Charlotte warmed up, but the Cavs got a much-needed road win. Last time in Charlotte, they got beat.
We know he's Panamanian because he said, maybe I'll play for Team World.
Truly. He was like, just so y'all know, some Espanol. And finally, let's talk Detroit basketball. The Pistons without Cade Cunningham, but Jalen Duren stood on business with his 5th game this season with 20 points and 15 rebounds as the Pistons defeated the Pelicans. So through this early portion of the season, we can see how the top of the East is shaping up with lots of intrigue here. The top of the East were all in action on Wednesday, and the top 5 teams in the conference all got the W. So the Pistons are firing on all cylinders, if you will, sitting atop of the East. Perfect. How wide is the gap between Detroit and the rest of the East right now?
Well, it's not wide, but I will say this. Detroit is my favorite right now. If I had to pick today to represent the East as far as going to the NBA Finals. And the reason being is because of that grown-ass man, Jalen Duren.
Period.
Right now, I believe he's the best big man outside of Giannis Antetokounmpo in the Eastern Conference. So that means he's second. The way that he dominates, his relentlessness on both ends of the floor, his physicality, and low-key, he has a light bag with him. You know what I mean? People don't understand how skilled this young man is. That combination with him and Cade, especially when Cade is on the floor, that pick and roll is something serious. That two-man game is something serious. I got Detroit right now as my favorite to represent the East.
So clearly today you have a little bit of a small beef with Cat because you're saying that he is the best big man in the Eastern Conference.
Well, I mean, Giannis is still there.
And Giannis,
after Giannis. I'm saying after Giannis,
two,
you know what I'm saying? But Giannis is halfway there. You know, we got to figure out.
And Giannis is a hybrid. Look, I think it's interesting because obviously you went for the big man and you said, like, it's not wide, so it's not Perk wide. Is it like Chene wide? You know what I'm saying? I think it's a little bit smaller. The separation, don't look at me. The separation in the Eastern Conference, just because these teams like the Cavs, we got Wendy shook. Teams like the Cavs, the Sixers on the rise, like, I like these teams. Teams will improve. But I will say this. You talk about Jalen Duren. I want to talk about Cade Cunningham. Because you talk about best bigs. How about best big guards in the NBA? Other than Luka, who's averaging like 33, Cade has masterful control of the game. He is showing all aspects of leadership. He has to be top, relatively in points, but also up there. He was like starting the year at 2 or 3 in assists. His control is impressive. It's very rare that you have a player that can score, but also distribute and not hurt your team. Typically, it's like too much of one or the other. He is the perfect balance, and he's the perfect fit. Cool, calm, and collected. It's Cade and Duren.
So, we talk about how great the Thunder are on defense. We just showed all that stuff about what they did in Milwaukee last night. Since December 1st, the Pistons have the best defense in the NBA. That's 7 weeks now that the Pistons have even been better than the Thunder. And we see that night in and night out. Guys, they're on pace for 62 wins. 62. They already got a 5.5-game lead. That's the distance between them and the East, 5.5. And that's, if you have a young team, you want them to play at home in the playoffs. And the road to the finals is going to go through Detroit, the way things are going right now. Now, look. They do have some questions about shooting, I think, a little bit, and ball handling under pressure. Like, you get into a Game 5 where it's 2-2. Do you have other ball handlers? But they swarm Cade. Like, people think that maybe they could use another piece, but they're a legit team.
And let me say this. They have a few pieces without having to give up their core. to add before the trade deadline to make them really, really dangerous.
Which is literally around the corner. That tough stretch, too, those 7 weeks, toughest stretch of the season right before the All-Star break. All right, coming up, a Warriors team in search of answers heads to Dallas to face Klay Thompson, a key part of the dynasty that once defined them. Why this Splash Brothers reunion is different than all the others. And the midseason rookie ranks are here, and the race at the top is full of surprises. See who our experts are. Oh, yes, it is NBA Rivals Week, and tonight will mark the 6th time Steph and Klay have faced off as opponents. Steph holds the edge in the win column 3-2, but the rivalry goes much deeper than that. The Warriors and Mavericks have some interesting history. Going back to 2007, the 8-seed Warriors took down MVP Dirk Nowitzki in the first round. That was the Warriors' first playoff series win in 15 seasons. Then, November 2024, Klay Thompson's first game against the Warriors, his former Splash Brother Steph Curry closed out the Mavs late, and Steph had a message for Klay and the camera. Okay, now. And these teams played on Christmas Day last month when Cooper Flagg making his presence known, dropping 27, but the Warriors taking off down the stretch. Thanks once again, no shocker, to Steph, of course. Tonight, the Warriors are in Dallas, and so are our NBA reporters Anthony Slater and Tim McMahon. Great to see you both. Anthony, I'm going to start with you here. The Warriors are facing a new reality now that, well, Jimmy Butler's injury has come into play. How would you describe where Golden State is at the moment, especially factoring in the Kuminga situation?
Yeah, the other night was about as bad a time for a back-to-back as you can have. Jimmy Butler tears his ACL on the front night of it. And then on the backside against the Raptors, he's in the locker room pregame. Guys are coming up having conversations with him. Steph Curry, Draymond Green, coming to grips with the fact that, he's gone for the season. And they have this new reality where contention seems, outlandish at this point. And I think against the Raptors, you saw a deflated mentality from them. They went down 10-0. They were down 30 points. And Steph Curry and Draymond Green didn't even play in the fourth quarter. To the flip side of that, you mentioned it, the subplot of this Butler absence is Jonathan Kuminga, who played, 21 minutes the other night. From everything I'm hearing, his minutes are only going to go up. I wouldn't even be surprised if he's starting at some point during this road trip. But he has a standing trade request. His feelings towards the organization, the animosity, that has not changed. There's an expectation he's going to keep it professional and try to play, and maybe he can boost his value to get that trade. But like I said, his feelings haven't changed, but you're going to see a lot more of him on the floor.
Yeah, and since we're talking trade market here, do you see the Warriors putting together an offer for Giannis?
If the door opens, I think, half the league, or at least a large chunk of the league, is standing at that door. But right now, Milwaukee seems to have it latched shut. Now, again, if it creaks open, the Warriors will try to get to the front of the line. They'll see what their package, their offer could potentially do. They have the out-years Steph picks that I think are appealing. But what's interesting in the Giannis conversation is, despite those picks being appealing in the post-Steph era, if you give, the Warriors Giannis, they suddenly become less appealing. So it would be tricky for them.
Yeah, I think the door is at minimum unlocked here. Tim, over to you. The Warriors face a key part of the dynasty that once defined them. How is Klay Thompson feeling about facing his former team tonight?
Howdy, MJ. There was bitterness from Klay. He would seek revenge last season. He's worked through those emotions. Look, his competitive fire is going to be amped up a little bit higher with his former team in town. But he is at peace. He's honestly at peace with the situation in Dallas. This isn't what he signed up for. He thought he was joining the team that was going to contend to get back to the finals. But since a really rough start to this season, Klay Thompson has quietly been playing very well, shooting 40% from three since he was pulled from the starting lineup. He's on a little bit of a heater right now with his former team coming to town, averaging 21 points over the last 3 games and shooting it better than 50% from three in that span. So maybe he'll have a little something for his old buddies.
No question. A little message, if nothing else. But let's talk Cooper Flagg, because what are people saying around the league about Flagg midway through his rookie season?
Yeah, I've talked to a lot of people recently about him, kind of a midseason progress report. And one West Scouter director summed it up as, he's better than advertised, if that's possible. And again, he thought he was going to be playing with Anthony Davis, perhaps Kyrie Irving coming back. He thought he was going to have to be in maybe a complimentary role for a contending team as a rookie. That obviously hasn't been the case. AD playing only 20 games. They've needed more from Cooper Flagg. He's played a much more prominent offensive role. And talking to people around the league, they didn't think he'd be this far along as an offensive threat. The three-pointer is still a work in progress, but he is doing more as a primary scorer than people thought he would. as a teenager. And the thing that stands out the most is his competitiveness. As one GM told me, he's a mother, I better paraphrase, a mother bleeper.
Thank you for censoring yourself here. And yeah, you nailed it. 19 years old, only scratching the surface. Anthony Slater to McMahon, thank you both so much. All right, the latest rookie ladder is up on ESPN.com. And it's Con Knippel, not Cooper Flagg at the top of the list. The top 5 is rounded out by VJ Edgecombe, Derek Queen, and Cedric Coward. Number 1 ranked rookie Con Knippel. He did an on-court demo with our Tim Legler and Richard Jefferson pregame last night. Take a look.
We're here with Tim Legler and Con Knippel. He's going to go through some demonstrations of how he's able to get open and create some space for that three-point shot. Legs?
One of the first actions, Con, I know you're heavily involved in as a screener. Yeah. Most people think that's counterintuitive, but when you screen, it's a good way to get open for a three. So let's talk about how you set a screen, slip out for your shot, and like what your reads are when you're looking at that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
If we go right here.
Ball handler in the middle.
Ball handler in the middle. One of the actions we do here is just a guard-to-guard pick and roll. And so I'm reading Richard's hips. Typically, teams will try to guard it straight up straight up if they can. Some teams will weak it. Okay. So if Richard, you're weakening, you're forcing him left. If I see these open legs, as soon as I see his feet facing this way, I'm getting out. Get as much separation as I can to then get into my 1-2 left right into it.
All right, Con Knippel is having one of the best shooting seasons we've ever seen by a rookie. He's 3rd in the league in threes already this season, and if he keeps up this pace, he could set the NBA rookie mark for threes in a season by more than 50. So at the midseason mark, the number 7 pick in last year's draft is at the top. Wendy, you compared Con Knippel last night to one of the greatest shooters of all time. So which of these rookies have outplayed their draft spot?
I mean, Knippel is not just a shooter. He's also a playmaker. He's averaging almost 4 assists. And when you look at the way Steph played as a rookie, now I know it's a different era because they don't shoot as many threes back then they did now, but he's putting up huge numbers at similar percentages compared to Steph. And like Steph, he can make plays with the ball. That said, I would still have Cooper number 1 because Cooper is an absolute offensive mastermind, and he plays elite-level defense, which Con is still learning how to do.
Duh. Hey, look, our experts should be punished. You know what I'm saying? Don't disrespect the generational talent like that when you talk about Cooper Flagg.
Thank you.
That gets it done all across the board. Ball handling, he can score at all 3 levels. When you talk about his defense being able to switch 1 through 5, but the old soul and the tenacity and being in that environment. Like when I say that environment, the Dallas Mavericks, he walked into dysfunction. Right, as soon as he got drafted, you talk about the general manager being fired, Anthony Davis trade rumors, he's injured, and all of a sudden this man just keep giving this organization life. He has made he has given them life. Prime example of turning boos into cheers.
Going from dysfunction to the actual function, because there's a little bit of a party happening in the backcourt in Philly.
You a poet.
You know, I
Bars.
a little bit. I love what VJ Edgecombe has done. It's very rare that you're able to play alongside a blueprint that you can learn from in real time. That is a young vet that is leading or top in the NBA in scoring in Tyrese Maxey. But VJ has been sensational. 16 and 5 is what he's averaging. But more importantly, in the clutch, he is huge. He shoots 55% from the floor, 55% from 3. And speaking of threes, he has 11 clutch threes, second most in the NBA as a rookie.
Crazy.
Now, the crazy thing is, like, the outside of that, I just love his joy. Tyrese is always smiling. VJ is smiling. Like, they brought life that has been necessary in Philly.
Tell him to do the dunk contest because he said.
Oh, please. I would love it. Did you see his block the other night? He came out of nowhere. It was crazy work. But him and Maxey, a beautiful combination for sure. Speaking of combinations, how about a little cross promo? Some partnership here. Catch all the action around the association.
Okay.
Thursday on the association over on NBA TV. My buddy Coach Fizz and J-Dub, John Wall, they will give us the latest highlights.
In the weight room, trying to,
Not
the
J-Dub.
cheeks getting a little plump.
He's doing great. All right, don't miss NBA TV
My
on
sister's
NBA.
booked him busy over here.
Listen, double shifts, let's go.
There you go.
Still to come on this date, basketball history was rewritten with 81 points, one legend, one night. More on Kobe.
Jam session coming at you.
81 points for Kobe. Final seconds. Bryant for the win. Are you made for this?
These are the type of moments that I live for.
You got
show 'em.
5 rings. 5 of them. I told you he was going to get it, man.
You gotta show 'em.
Every basketball fan has their own favorite memory of Kobe Bryant. There are countless iconic images of the Black Mamba, but when the Lakers commissioned the statue to sit outside Crypto.com Arena, they chose this one. Kobe, finger raised in the sky after dropping 81 points. That moment took place exactly 20 years ago today, and while the stats will live forever, our Mark Spears explained how Kobe Bryant's incredible feat goes well beyond the box score.
The date January 22nd, 2006 always evokes historical references to the number 81. That's the astounding amount of career-high points that late Lakers great Kobe Bryant scored on this day 20 years ago. On a sports day where most American fans were focused on the Steelers and Seahawks advancing to the Super Bowl, Bryant scored 26 points against the Raptors in the first half of a late NBA game off the radar nationally. Unless you were watching the game in LA or Toronto or keeping tabs on SportsCenter, you probably had no idea that he was on pace for something so special.
And we're not leading with NFL Championship Sunday?
No.
I guess because it's an NBA game where a guy does something that has not been done in 44 years.
It never took too much to motivate Bryant, but there was extra incentive. His grandmother was in attendance for the only time in his career, and it was the anniversary of his late grandfather's birthday. What would amazingly happen next is often not known or recalled by the most ardent Kobe, Lakers, or NBA fan.
Well, Kobe's got his stroke. Kobe again! You talked about him being in one of those zones. Yeah. He's definitely in it right now.
A motivated Bryant scored 55 points in the second half. Yes, 55 in just 24 minutes.
Before the game even started, I said he was probably going to score 70 tonight.
61 points. Crowd's on its feet. Career high for Kobe. For 3 again. Yes!
Well, there's 70.
Kobe pump fake for 2. Kobe's got the Laker record.
When he got to like 70, I was like, well, he might as well go for 80 now.
It took 28 made field goals, including 7 made threes and 18 free throws for Kobe to reach 81.
And an 81-point game. Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed the second greatest scoring performance in NBA history.
The only player to score more points in a game was Wilt Chamberlain, the storied 100 on March 2nd, 1962. On a night where the NBA was not supposed to be the headline, Kobe made it just that. There's been a short number of stars who have flirted with challenging the Hall of Famer's magnificence.
Tied for the 4th highest scoring game in NBA history.
But no one since has had the needed Mamba mentality to truly come close to near 81.
I couldn't even dream of this when I was a kid, just no way possible. Just a blessing from above.
Yeah, definition of an icon for sure. And Wendy, you were already entrenched in the league at that point. When you look back, what stands out to you about that game?
That season for Kobe, he averaged 35. This is in 2005-6. Mm-hmm. Like today, we see a couple of guys averaging 30. Back then, nobody was doing that.
Hell, they was only scoring 80.
I know. he was taking
right.
27 shots a game. That was his peak scoring career. If he played that type of Kobe in his prime, his scoring prime like that, in 25, 26, I think he would sniff around 40 a game. And we might have more 80-point games. Because the pace of the game is so much higher now.
To me, just looking at these highlights, which, by the way, this was not a nationally televised game, but these highlights live rent-free in our heads. Mm-hmm. To me, it was in the best ways a man possessed, which led to that Mamba mentality, which led to every kid seeing themselves represented in Kobe Bryant with how he attacked the game. To me, this is the moment where he became your favorite hooper's favorite hooper. Because when you touch 81, when you get that close in this modern era, you're doing something different. You're doing something well. I just look at the plays, the dominance, the focus. Like, that to me I was only 13, respectfully.
Oh, you was young.
I was 13. I only been playing basketball for 3 years. But seeing him accomplish that, to me, was like, oh, we can all do that. He sees us,
Yeah, 2006 being 20 years ago feels crazy. But, Perk, if any player could reach 20 in today's game, who would it be?
Oh, Luka.
With 80, yes.
Reach 80?
Yeah.
If anyone could break that record, it would be Luka Doncic. I mean, he's averaging 33 right now. And how many minutes, Wendy?
5 less minutes than Kobe did.
So if he was averaging 40 minutes, that means he would, Wendy said, probably get 5 extra shot attempts. Look, Luka is one of those guys, in my opinion, one of the greatest scorers that the game has ever seen. Right? When you look at his points per game, he's third in the history of the game behind Wilt Chamberlain and Michael Jordan. So if anybody that I trust could get it done is Luka Doncic.
Normally we butt heads, but I absolutely agree. If we say, hey, Luka, I mean, because I'm sitting next to you. But if I go to Luka or you go to Luka and say, get 80 tonight, he could if he wanted to. It's in his bag. It's in his skill set. And I do think he has the best of both worlds, meaning he has the size to be able to have that floater and get to the rim and get downhill, but also he can hit you with that, step back. So
he has a 73-point game. That's in the top 10 all time.
Versus the Hawks.
So he could. I think you're definitely right.
And then when you look at it, think about it, right? Like he is set up for him. When I say set up, Austin Reeves out. You don't know day to day with Braun being. It can happen this year.
Yeah.
We can see it this year.
You sound like LeBron. You're predicting it.
All right, Saturday night, the Bulls will retire Derrick Rose's jersey at the United Center. And tomorrow, the former Bulls superstar will join us right here on NBA Today.
D. Rose in the house.
Coming up, Luka and LeBron will take on James Harden and the surging Clippers tonight. Dave McMenamin stops by with a live report on the Battle of LA. That's next.
Our next guest might be the only man who could start a fight, mediate it, and podcast about it before halftime. Stop laughing. 4-time champion, Olympic gold medalist, podcaster, and part-time philosopher of what he calls the new media.
Well, number one, I won 2 gold medals.
Did we count both of them?
Yeah.
He's the heartbeat and the occasional heartburn of the Golden State Warriors. Ladies and gentlemen, Draymond Green. Draymond's first basket, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to jump in here real quickly. We're going to talk about your first basket ever. Boom! And then this happened.
And he gets a taunting technical after he makes the shot.
You got a taunting technical after your first NBA bucket. If that is not a look into the future. All right, start, bench, cut. Okay, all-time Bay Area runs. 2017 Warriors, Run TMC, or the original cast of Full House?
You know the answer to that question. Dubs.
Okay.
Full House. Love Run TMC.
Okay.
Absolutely love those
we're
guys.
Cutting Run TMC.
They won absolutely nothing.
Full House had a hell of a run. What do you remember about the Christmas Day game in 2016?
Oh, man.
Do you think I fouled Kevin Durant at the end of the play? That's when Kyrie hit you. That's when I was the best player on the court. It's when I dunked on Clay, Kevin Durant.
Is that the game you dunked on Clay?
And Kevin.
You, both of them.
Yeah, I got Kevin with the left, Clay with the right.
Did.
I remember being the best player on the court. How many times this season do you think Steve Kerr has wanted to quit?
We haven't gotten into it this year.
Oh, really? Is this a record number?
No, we've been going strong now last year.
Oh, you guys went some couples counseling?
We just figured it out.
Hilarious. Check that show out on YouTube. All right, now back to NBA Rivals Week. We've got the Battle of Los Angeles tonight, so let's dive into Lakers Clippers and their West Side story. The Lakers dominated the early years of the matchups. After the Clippers moved to California in '78, the Lakers were 119-38 against the Clips through the 2011 season. But things changed once the Clippers got Chris Paul in 2011. From that point on, the Clippers have won 40 of the next 56 meetings over the last 15 seasons. That included 2 separate 11-game win streaks. The Clippers won the most recent meeting on December 20th, and that turned their season around. Since that point, the Clippers have the best record in the league, winning 13 of their last 16. Who would have thought? All right, let's welcome in our senior reporter, Dave McMenamin, who will be covering tonight's Lakers-Clippers matchup. So let's focus on the Lakers side of things. They have consecutive wins against the Raptors and Nuggets. What led to their recent success?
Yeah, MJ, a lot of what the Lakers have gone through this year hasn't been about the opponent. It's about trying to kind of struggle with themselves and bring their most consistent version of their team on a night-to-night basis. They won against the Raptors earlier in the week with the best defensive performance they've had all season, 93 points allowed against a very good Toronto team. Then they go to Denver, a place they've had a nightmarish kind of run over the last 5-6 seasons. Of course, no Nikola Jokic. The Nuggets put up 71 points in the first half against the Lakers. It could have been a moment where they kind of split and splintered. Instead, they regrouped at halftime. They stayed together. They switched up their defense. You saw some LeBron James guarding Jamal Murray in the second half. And the Lakers were able to kind of make a very good step forward and build on the momentum they got in that Raptors game. This stretch going forward, this is game 2 of an 8-game road trip. It's all about continuing to keep that momentum and not let the casualty of the schedule kind of be something that works against them, and then they're kind of digging themselves into the same hole that they were in late December.
Yeah, sustainability for sure. Meantime, Austin Reeves has been out since Christmas Day with a left calf strain. When can we expect to see him back in the Lakers lineup?
JJ Redick said the team is hopeful that sometime by the end of this road trip, we'll see Austin Reeves back in the lineup, first time since Christmas Day. This means 3 big things for the Lakers. 1, Austin Reeves will be All-Star eligible if he's healthy again, and he certainly would be deserving if he's healthy. Number 2 is that the Lakers will get another look of LeBron and Luka and Reeves together. They've only played 8 games so far this season. And number 3 is with that other look, Rob Pelinka will get a better chance to assess what his team has and what they need as a trade deadline approaches.
All right, Dave, thank you so much. We will keep an eye on all of that. It's now time for Shoot Your Shot, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Perk, what do you see having a big night?
Oh, I see Luka doing what Luka does best, and that's always torturing the Clippers. I'm not going to take my belt off.
Please don't. I was there last
But the over 30.5 points tonight, who's stopping?
Those emails again.
Who's stopping them?
And I'm agreeing because they have this dangerous duel with LeBron James. I'm going on the over. You saw him sliding them puppies. He's got some new life come this new year.
All right, on DraftKings Sportsbook, new customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the app and use promo SCREEN when you sign up. All right, the Lakers are coming off back-to-back wins, while our producer, Demetrius's Clippers, are 13-3.
Now it's his team.
Which team do you feel better about?
Neither.
Hey, Kawhi's actually questionable. He missed the last couple games with knee, so he's questionable.
So then maybe we feel better about the Lakers?
I love JJ right now. He's playing guys that's going to compete and play hard.
Yep,
Shout out Drew Timmy.
Yes.
Shout out Drew Timmy. I know you would like